dead.
The body of a wealthy businessman, Jim Tan, is found lying on the floor of his study, disfigured almost beyond recognition.
It was a shotgun blast to the face.
His face was obliterated while he was still alive.
It looked like an assassination or an execution.
And Tan's Ivy League son, Charlie, stunningly confesses at the scene of the gruesome crime.
Saying, I did it, I had to do it, he was going to kill my mother.
But conflicting evidence fuels suspicions that Charlie may have actually been trying to save his mother, Jean, from something else. A murder rap.
There's far more evidence to support the fact that she did it than Charlie did it.
The bloody killing of Jim Tan is a whodunit like few before that dominated the headlines of our Rochester affiliate, WHAM.
Who killed Jim Tan?
Have you ever seen anything like this?
I don't think so.
It was shocking, and it continues to be shocking.
Murders like this don't happen too often anywhere, and certainly never in Pittsford.
Probably the most affluent community we have here in the Rochester area.
Where Chinese immigrants Jim Tan, 49, wife Jean, and youngest son Charlie, 20, are living the American dream in a beautiful home.
The Tans, by all accounts, were a family that had it all.
Thanks to Jim's remarkable success in business.
Who was he?
He was the owner of Dynamax Imaging. It's an digital optics company. They make digital sensors for cameras, phones, that kind of thing. It was a business that did well.
And John Hand, a local newspaperman who's covered the Tan murder case from day one, says success was running in the family, with son Charlie already far exceeding his parents' high hopes for him.
Charlie was a superstar kid, president of a student class at one of the top schools in the state.
Well liked in school, did well athletically.
So well that Charlie had gone on to become an Ivy Leaguer at the prestigious Cornell University in Ithaca, where the sophomore was continuing his academic success and further showing off his athletic prowess on the football team.
Charlie's a very accomplished young man. He was very well thought of and certainly was an overachiever as it related to grades, as it related to sports, as it related to everything.
He was also popular.
He was much loved by all his friends. He appeared to be the perfect kid.
But behind Charlie's affable demeanor and broad smile, there lay some painful family secrets.
We know there was distress in the household.
And it was about to be exposed with the squeeze of a trigger.
A lot of what people came to find out about that home was shocking because they didn't know what was really going on.
James Noble says Jim and Jean Tan had reportedly been having violent arguments.
There was definitely a long-standing history of domestic violence in the house.
Jean is said to have frequently shown signs of being physically abused.
One day she's fine and she's well, and the next day she has an injury. Her knee is bandaged, or she's got a bandage on her head or something like that. I bump my head. The classic cliche excuses of a battered woman.
The police had been called to the Tan home more than a dozen times over the years. And just weeks before her husband would be found murdered, an apparently terrified Jean had called 911 again.
Are you injured?
Yes, he choked me and I'm so scared. Please,
You want an
please
ambulance?
come. Oh, you coming? No. Please come help me.
She was being assaulted or abused by her husband, Jim.
Who gets on the phone to deny it.
Hello. Okay.
Hello?
Sorry. Yeah. So this is just a mistake. Sorry. Please.
No.
What's that?
Calm down, please.
No charges would be filed, but cops had left Jean this card, directing her to help for domestic violence.
My understanding is that she had started an order of protection against her husband, but that she never followed through.
And her son's defense attorneys say Jean also saw a divorce lawyer shortly after.
So clearly she was starting to look for some help.
Then, just a week later, something happens that sends Charlie scurrying back to his parents' home from his dorm at Cornell, where he reportedly told his football coach,
Told him, Coach, I won't be here for weightlifting tomorrow. And his coach said, what's wrong? He said, I got some things I got to do and, get home.
but nobody knows for sure what the emergency was.
We've speculated and assumed that there was some communication between Charlie and his mother, which caused him at that point to pack up his belongings and come home and assist her in some way.
Next, surveillance cameras catch someone buying the murder weapon, but it's not Charlie.
Do you think Charlie Tan actually committed this shooting?